ever since this season started, by the end of the episodes, I'm like totally annoyed. I just really can't take Kenya. Um, I'm gonna touch on her at the end because clearly I have a lot to say about Kenya. But of course, the episode started with Nene and Greg in the nail shop. Their love is like so cute. Greg is this gray haired, smooth talker. Like, you can so tell that he talks Nene out of her panties. Like, he really gives you that I'm gonna rescue a hoe out of the strip club type of dude. You know what I mean? And she loves him, and just to see him just embarrass her and make her smile like that and like literally kiss her feet, uh, that was cute. I'm curious as to, the preview, they showed someone getting married or renewing their vows. I think it's Cynthia and Peter, but my coworker believes that it's Nene and Greg getting remarried because the hand looked like an old black man hand. But we gonna see. It would be nice to see them get remarried if they really even got a divorce. Uh, but that was really funny to see. Next, let's touch on Phaedra and her husband. Have y'all ever noticed the way Phaedra looks? Like, she looks like she is a huge freak. She's so put together, so proper. But once you get her behind closed doors, get her in the bed, she is like a total freak. Just the way she be looking and all seductive like. It just seemed like she had this obsession with ass. And I just couldn't help but keep on laughing because when she kept on talking about her ass and the camera was zooming in, she took this finger and she like went up to crack her. I'm like, Phaedra, really? What they got to do with your donkey? But I'm guessing maybe she was trying to show us exactly how deep it is or how big it is. I don't know. But once the DVD come out, I'm definitely getting it because clearly I need to work on my donkey booty. I'm just saying. That was really funny, just seeing her and Apollo talk about donkey booties, and I'm thinking in my head, Phaedra got a nice ass, but I've seen some bigger asses than that. It just takes some cornbread, a little squats, But hey, Phaedra, we're looking forward to the DVD. I know I am. I thought that was really funny. I was like, okay, if she run her finger down the crack of her ass one more time, I'm going to need for her to stop that. Another one, I'm just still stuck on Kenya. I'm sorry. My mind is just Kenya. But it's funny because I was thinking maybe she's really doing the absolute most because she wants the publicity that comes with being a diva and being a bitch. But Cynthia and Nene, it's like, is Cynthia being a good friend to Nene or is she being Nene's publicist? Cynthia, girl, I'm sorry. I know how you support your friends, and clearly, like we've been told, Nene is really big on loyalty, and Cynthia does come off as she's a real loyal friend to Nene, but it's borderline obsession. Like, the whole best friend contract or friend contract, and then she's throwing her parties, and I don't know. I don't know their friendship, but based on what we're seeing on the episode, girl, like, can we see Cynthia and her family and not Cynthia behind Nene and, anywho. So that was Cynthia this episode. This episode really, would I call it a snooze fest? I wouldn't call it a snooze fest, but it wasn't really entertaining per se, but it was okay. So Cynthia pretty much was up Nene's butt this episode. Candy, she was packing up her house. I thought her uncle was really funny. You know how we always have that one uncle that says just about anything and does just about anything? And so I was thinking when he was talking about those drugs that get you all excited, I was like, you know what? I need to get that so I can tell my uncle about it. But it's funny I say that because me and my uncle had a conversation about something like that just the other week. And he was telling me about something. Okay, anywho. So, Candy was packing up her house. Nothing really spectacular about that because clearly we didn't see Todd. And I would like to see Todd at least once every episode. Next is going to be Kim. She was sitting down having a conversation with Sweetie Pie and Croy, and every time Kim and Croy talking, some way, somehow, it just turns to sex or something perverted. Like, we understand that y'all are newlyweds. We understand that she get pregnant every 6 months. Like, we don't need to hear anything about your hoes and you riding on him and this and that and y'all doing favors. Like, we understand that in order for him to make the bed, you have to offer to give him head. You told us that last episode. We don't need to know all that stuff. It's just like, really though? Seriously? Like, your daughters are going to watch this one day. But I guess you're married, so it is what it is. So, next, we actually have a Real Housewife. Portia finally debuted this episode, and I will say this. I've read Portia's blogs for the last 2 weeks, so based on her blogs, I kind of got a feeling of what type of person she was going to be on the episode. She's really funny. She seemed to say the first thing that come to her head, but now that I'm watching the episode, she just really gives me like a true blonde, true airhead. You can't say that she's crazy or she's stupid. She's just, I wouldn't even say naive. She's just a little dingy, It's funny seeing her having lunch with Kenya, and Kenya just seems like she gets so perturbed and annoyed by these women, but yet she'll be the first to say that these women are intimidated by her. Like, I'm thinking in my head, okay, you're having lunch with Portia, yeah, because she wants to invite you to one of her charities, but girl, you're on a reality show with this chick. Like, y'all have to do tapings together. Like, y'all have to get to know each other. Yeah, she's there having lunch with you for a charity event, but damn, can she try to get to know you? It's kind of like one of those, does she have a wall up because she don't know how to make friends with females? You get what I'm saying? You know how some chicks, they don't like to befriend other chicks, especially cute chicks? Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm just like, damn girl, she just asked you if you married. She ain't asked you how old you were, but she kind of threw hints. But I will say this, she read her when she went on to tell her that she can get her some information about that fertility doctor. I thought that was really funny. But clearly Kenya was not down for that outing because she was not feeling Portia in all her personal questions, because clearly Portia is where Kenya is trying to get. She have the husband and she is still of age to have a child. So don't hate Kenya. I would say for a quick second I thought that you was a bit intimidated. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's nice to see a real housewife on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Portia and her husband, they're adorable. The way he showed up at her charity event with the whole purse and the check, that was really cute. But he could have did that in the privacy of their own home, saying that it was no men allowed. But it worked for them. Now let's talk about Kenya. The part when Kenya met up with Phaedra and they were sharing ice cream. And Kenya shared a little story about her mom. Of course, it does not feel good to see anybody hurt. So I was just like, aw, poor thing. No child should have to go through stuff like that with a parent. But at the same time, I'm thinking in my head, okay, you seek counseling, you've talked to a therapist and all that stuff just to help you through, but why are you still like blatantly disrespectful to people and just rude and catty and so insecure? Like, don't blame everything on your mom wanting to put you up for adoption and your auntie and your grandma raising you. It's like, what got you to the point of where you are now, and why do you act the way you act? I just don't understand. It's something about that lady. And I was laughing to myself because when she was having lunch with Phaedra, they kept on high-fiving each other. Have y'all noticed how Phaedra high-fives? She gives this really silly, hey, girl, and her hands go all the way back, and I just be like, Here come Phaedra with that high five. But they just kept on high fiving each other, and I was just like, okay, calm it down. Just like, laugh it out, agree, and just keep it moving. But Phaedra in that high five. Girl, sit down with that. Back on Kenya, when she agreed to go to the whole charity thing for Portia, it's kind of like she feels as if she's being invited to these things because of her name, because she can bring in money. And I'm thinking in my head, not too many people just really know you like that. Yeah, you made history because you were the second, not the first, the second Miss USA. It's kind of like one of those, that was years ago. What are you known for now, and why do you keep on going back to that as if you were the first lady? When she did the whole comparison with Michelle, I was like, that's not a good comparison, child. Like, Michelle is Michelle. That's like first lady. You are Miss USA. Unfortunately, some people don't follow pageants. So when she asked that question, like, how do you get that wrong? It's possible to get that wrong when you really and truly don't know, or you're just really not interested. Kenya, when they said that you were coming on Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know how many people had to Google you in order to figure out who you were? Because we didn't know by your name, and we definitely didn't know by your picture who you were. I'm sorry. Hopefully, by you being on Real Housewives of Atlanta, this can bring you the fame that you think that you had prior to. I'm just saying. I don't want to come off as if I'm hating on Kenya and I just really dislike her. It's kind of like, I just don't like what she is giving us on the show. And I'm really hoping that she get it together. And Kenya. It's funny. Every time I hear Kenya, I think back to that Kenya doll that my sister used to have growing up. That's all. I'm just. Side note. Why was Nene and Cynthia walking around New York with umbrellas? I didn't see no rain and I didn't see any sun. So I'm thinking, where they do that at? Like, really? But maybe that was their disguise. I don't know, child. But I was like, can they put those umbrellas down? You trying to get a hot dog and a Coke, and you sitting up here walking around with an umbrella. I'm going to end right there because I have other shows I need to catch up on. But pretty much this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, not really much happened. I'm curious to see where Portia's gonna go. Portia and Kenya's relationship is gonna go after that whole issue with the charity thing and Kenya doing the absolute most. I think Kenya really do have a issue with people mistaking her title. Child, if that's the case, write it on your forehead, get you a name tag, and put your title under it. Girl, bye. I'm so. Will she make it next season? I'm curious to see. Not too many people are feeling you, Kenya. I'm sorry. She came really strong, and between Cynthia and Portia, they not having her. They not. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. It is what it is. Until next week, we'll see. Oh yeah, like I did mention it earlier about their blogs. All of them write a blog on Bravo.com. And they usually write their blog either Sunday night or Monday, pretty much just explaining the episodes. And I actually enjoy reading blogs. It's funny. It's funny to see what they have to say about the episode and some of the things that really happen that we don't see. So if you follow the show and you enjoy reading blogs, I would say go read their blogs. They are hilarious. Cynthia shows so much personality in her blogs, you be rolling. But yeah, I'm going to just end it there and see y'all next week.